Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla, a little Tesla short. Because Volkswagen might just have entered the price war in the EV world, especially in China, where they are seeing a little bit of trouble right now. As of January to February, they sold 9,572 units of BEVs in China. That was actually down 8.3% from 10,442 units in the same period last year. So they are actually down in BEV sale in a market that is growing rapidly. BEVs grew with 60% last year. So yeah, this is not good, and maybe that is why they might now go into the price war in China, cutting the price of the ID3 with about 3,000 euros or $3,000. But I'm afraid this is not enough, because this will make the ID3 on par with the Tesla Model Y in China. The Tesla Model Y standard range comes in at about $38,000. And Volkswagen is aiming for getting the ID3 just below $40,000. So, yeah, they're going to be on par on price, but they're definitely not on par as cars. This is a SUV against a little sporty hatchback. Or not sporty, that's the wrong word. It's not fun. So, a little hatchback against a very sporty SUV at the same price point. This is not, this is not good for the ID3. This is the best move Volkswagen can do in the price war that is going on in China right now. Coming in with this little price cut, I think this is not going to be enough for Volkswagen. As the Model Y, it has like almost twice the amount of cargo space or trunk space. The ID3 has about 385 liters of trunk space, and the Model Y has 700 liters. And it, of course, has some of the best software in the world, the Model Y, and ID3 probably have some of the worst software in the world right now when it comes to EVs. And, of course, the Model Y can charge faster and has more range and more performance. These two cars are just not comparable, but they are on par in price, or going to be, in China. Yeah, who is ever going to buy that one? I do think Ford does get it, because they also cut the price of the Ford Mach-E. So that's have a starting price now in China about $36,000. That is just below the Model Y, where it should be. You get a little less range and performance, and doesn't charge as fast, and doesn't have as big as a trunk, but it does have a little bigger trunk than the ID3, of course, because here we're talking about also a compact SUV with the Mach-E. But that is also going to be cheaper than the ID3. These two cars, the Mach-E and the Model Y, should be in competition with the ID4, not the ID3. This is not very good. Who would buy the ID3 over the Mach-E? I wouldn't. So definitely not buy the Model ID3 over the Model Y either. But I really think this shows a bit of trouble that Volkswagen is in China, as they are actually going down when the BEVs are going up, as we talked about before, because they do not have high-tech vehicles that the Chinese people are looking for. But the Model Y is a high-tech vehicle the Chinese are looking for. This is on price parity. This is insane, in my opinion, that they are not cutting it more, because Volkswagen really need to get some more market share in China, and not just lower the price this little to just stay about the same price as Tesla's much better electric vehicles. Because right now, Volkswagen only have about 2.4% BEV market share in China, where Tesla sits on 7.8% and BYD on 16%. So, and Volkswagen, China is 40% of their overall car market. So this is where all their sales happening. 40% of their sales happening in China. That is moving very fast toward EVs, and they are going down in EVs, and they do not have a lot of market share. So I would say they need to cut the price even more, maybe $5,000 more. So this inferior product suddenly becomes more attractive. So, okay, it's not as good as the other ones, but it's very affordable. It should be the car for the people, right? But it is definitely not at that price point. So they need to cut prices to try to just get market share, as the Chinese are doing in this price war in China. They don't really care about them losing money right now. They just need to gain more market share, and then profits can come later when they scale everything up. And I think Volkswagen needs to do exactly that. They need to make an even bigger discount. They need to cut prices even more so they can gain some market share and get some momentum in China, because they do not have the car that the Chinese people want. So they have to lower the price so it becomes an attractive EV, a basic EV for people in China, so they can get some market share. So when this shift in not many years, only a couple of years in China, there will be more BEVs sold in China than their ICE cars. And this is 40% of Volkswagen sales, so they need to make that shift and need to grab some of that market share. If they don't, they're going to be in really serious trouble in China in the next couple of years. I think we will already see it here in 2023, that they are going down in China. And this little price cut is not going to cut it. So that is just my little update here on Volkswagen entering their price war on EVs, even though they said when Tesla lowered the price that they would not lower their prices. But as we can see, they kind of have to. So that's all for this little Tesla short here on Best in Tesla. Hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.